we actually did a little bit of a search today just to find out what the difference has been in the reality check as to what has happened since that deadline came down on Wednesday. This morning we downloaded a couple songs, and a lot of Internet or Napster users are finding that it is a little bit more difficult as of today to find some of these songs. For instance, I'll show you one of them that we did do. This was a short condensed version, but it's Moby's South Side. You can hear it playing here with me on set. And we did download a couple different songs, and of course, keep in mind, these are the songs that the RAA, the Recording Industry Association of America, has asked that Napster remove from their service. So we could still find some versions of them, and some users, of course, are very innovative and very creative, and they found ways to either change the spelling or use Pig Latin, an altered version of English, to really mask what the songs are, so that way it's a little bit more difficult to find, but they were still popping up on our screen. Well, Frank, computer security experts say that this is a very serious flaw, mostly because a lot of large corporations, major websites are actually using this particular software. Now, what's at stake or what's vulnerable is the fact that a lot of encrypted files, those are files that usually have secret or private sensitive information on their websites. That is the type of information or the type of sites that are actually vulnerable to it.
Everybody's got a computer or a file on them on some computer. Who's at risk the most?
Well, the people that are at most risk really varies right now. A lot of Internet experts right now are not exactly sure who that affects, but by and large it could include people that are in businesses as well as consumers. Now what happens again is that a lot of this information, it's like a backdoor password, a way to get into your files, is something that is very vulnerable at this point in time. It's important to note as well that right now there are no reports that any hackers or anyone has actually had access through this code or using this password to get in and actually access any of this sensitive material.
So, Allison, is there anything that consumers can do about all this?
Yeah, absolutely. There's three things, Frank, that people can do. One, of course, is to delete this file immediately. That is the first thing that people should really do, and that has been advised immediately. The second thing is that you can actually go to the website, which is Microsoft.com. Here they will post a lot of information and the latest advisories as to what you can do about this particular security flaw that they have reported. The last thing, too, is that a lot of system administrators can also help out, and they can reconfigure web servers, which is where a lot of the content and information is being stored, and they can reconfigure that so people or other hackers outside can't get into it.
Allison Tom is live in the Castro district today with more on the developments. Allison.
Hello there, Juliet. That's right, a very busy day throughout the city, and we've seen both festivities as well as a lot of opposition and protests surrounding the issue of same-sex marriages. At the Metropolitan Community Church of San Francisco, it was a special afternoon of blessings for many. Newly married couples gathered for a spiritual blessing meaningful to each of them. At the Hyatt Regency Hotel, hundreds of people attended the celebration and wedding reception of the first same-sex couple to wed in San Francisco, Del Martin and Phyllis Lyon, together for 51 years. It was such a popular event, people lined up around the building. However, these same-sex marriages were not welcomed everywhere. Last weekend, a reverend at Bethany United Methodist Church presided over the union of Dan Johnson and Bill Hinson, according to her, the first legal gay marriage to take place inside a Methodist church. A complaint was filed citing Reverend Dr. Karen Oliveto for disobedience to the order and discipline of the United Methodist Church. She learned of the complaint Thursday evening, and today she responded back.
I will continue to interpret to the church the changing cultural context in which we are living. For legal marriage between same-sex couples may have begun in San Francisco, but it is inevitable that it will become a reality throughout the United States.
The couple wed by Reverend Oliveto say they're somewhat surprised by the move, yet hopeful.
We're really disappointed, and we're just hoping that we'll be able to stay married.
Outside Glide Memorial Church, there was both praise and singing supporting same-sex marriages, while just across the street, protesters, including activist Fred Phelps, displayed their opposition. This hot topic issue continues to generate national attention. San Francisco Mayor Gavin Newsom, appearing on CNN, says he will continue to allow same-sex marriages until a judge says otherwise.
I do not believe it's appropriate for me as mayor of San Francisco to discriminate against people. And if that means my political career ends, so be it.
So far, there have been more than 3,000 same-sex marriages happening at City Hall since last week, and starting tomorrow, you can bet there will very likely be many more.
Allison Tom in San Francisco, thank you.